Coming up next, I'm going to tell you my 3 favorite bergamot fragrances. Bergamot, obviously one of the most common fragrance notes in all of perfumery, used in probably over 70% of, or more, even maybe a higher percentage of all perfumes. And I'm just throwing that number out there, I'm just guessing. But these 3 fragrances, for me, take it to a whole nother level. If you haven't tried them, you're gonna wanna know what they are, because 2 of them are not necessarily ones you're gonna know about, and 1 I think is. Stay tuned to find out what they are, coming up next. Welcome back, everybody, to JoelTheNose here at Osme Perfumery in Miami. Hope you're all having a great day. Thank you for watching. As always, I appreciate you guys, your support, and your just watching my channel, knowing that people out there enjoying what I do. So today's video, as I said at the introduction, my 3 favorite bergamot fragrances. Now again, bergamot is in practically all the perfumes out there. It's one of the most common, obviously, citrus fragrances. And for those of you who didn't know, have you ever seen the bergamot fruit? The most popular ones or famous one is from Italy, the Calabrian, from the Calabria section of Italy. And the Calabrian bergamot, by the way, bergamot is a combination of a fruit between the bitter orange and the lemon. So to me, it almost looks like a really big lemon. When I see a bergamot, I've been to Italy, I've seen them growing on the trees. They kind of grow wildly everywhere. Almost like oranges that grow down here in South Florida. We have like orange trees kind of everywhere in people's yards, and you can see oranges growing. The the bergamot is very much like that. So just again, little information in case you didn't know what the bergamot was. I might have said the Calabria earlier, the bergamot. Anyways. Let's get right into this, my 3 favorite. So coming in, I'll do this in my order of my favorite. Coming in at number 3, and this one I think is gonna be on a lot of people's list, is Renaissance from Xerjoff. The Italian, of course, niche house. You gotta have an Italian house in here because, of course, the bergamot is really it's known from coming from Italy, as I said before. What I like about this is one of their classic fragrances, but it's really just citrusy and a little bit spicy, and it's got just wonderful notes of mint that, to me, sets it apart from a typical fresh citrusy fragrance. This is one of the lighter fragrances that Xerjoff does, but don't let that fool you. It's still gonna last all day. I get 9+ hours on my skin, and it projects well. Very versatile fragrance, can be worn in just about any situation. You could take it clubbing, you could go out to a date, you could go to work, you could go to school. This is extremely versatile, but again, it's that combination of mint and bergamot, and then also rose and cedar. So those 4 notes really stick out for me in this fragrance. Obviously bergamot, but then that mint, rose, and cedar are really 3 of my favorite notes. So I love what it does here, great fragrance. Coming in now at number 2, and this is a relatively new one on my radar. It's been around for a while, I think since about 2014 or so. So it's going on almost 10 years old. And this is from, again, the Italian house, Otro Parisi. Okay, the Italian niche house. Have you ever seen these bottles? One of my favorite, probably I would say top 5 favorite design for bottle in a fragrance. Look at the cap. The caps are kind of like this, almost gunmetal, goldish metal, got some good heft to it. The bottles are just simple, yet very Italian, so heavy on design. But again, don't let the design fool you. This house produces excellent juice. Have you ever tried Stercus? Stercus, S-T-E-R-C-U-S, is one of those beast mode, boozy, ambery, just rich, dark, sexy fragrances. That's a whole nother video I'll do another time. This one is Bergamask. Bergamask, take a look at the name there. Why did I pick this one? Bergamask to me is straight out, just simple, The notes are, the most prominent notes are obviously bergamot and musk. And what I like about this one is super, super sexy. And bergamot to me is not normally a fragrance I associate with sexiness or, you know, sensuality. But this fragrance does it. This fragrance somehow takes bergamot and takes it in a level where, of course, it's still, you know, got that kind of zesty citrus, but the combination with the musk, this is, I mean, this easily could have been #1 for me. Again, relatively new on my radar for those of you who have already tried it. Love this house. This is one, and among other ones that will be going into my personal collection. I love Otro Parisi. If you want a sexy, sultry bergamot, you gotta try this one. And that's gonna take me to my number one choice. And again, one I think that's not gonna be typically thought of or known by everyone, even though the name will kind of give it away. And this is Bergamotto di Calabria. This says it all, right? I said at the outset of this video, and this is of course from Paris, Monte Carlo. So this is, you know, a fragrance that says it right on the bottle, Calabrian bergamot. Again, it's the best bergamot in the world, but you know, a lot of fragrances have Calabrian bergamot. That's not unusual. And it's maybe not necessarily unusual to even have a name like that. What makes this one unusual is they go old school with this one. So when they distill the actual essence, the oil, the essence of the Calabrian fruit, they go old school on this. And what do I mean by that? What they do is they take something called, the process of distilling this is called the bergamot sponge. And the extraction is still done manually. This is not done by machine, it's done manually. And first the fruit is sliced in half and the pulp is then manually removed with a special curved knife. The rind is then compressed on a natural sponge in a circular motion to collect the essence of the bergamot fruit. The essence is then accumulated in the most delicate and complex manner that gives it a really, I'll show you the back of the bottle, that gives it a really fruity, floral note of jasmine. So this is a fragrance that I love old school vintage methods. Oh yeah, this is next level. If you like something that's old school, that they're literally have artisans there scooping out these fruits, these orange lemon-like creatures called the bergamot fruit, with literally like a kind of like a spoon-like knife, and putting it on these sponges and these circular motions. I mean, how cool and old school is that to produce something that is just so artisanal and so precious and so unique? It really does that this bergamot, the reason why I picked it again, #1, is because the process and the pride and the artistry they have in making it. But it does make it gives it this a little bit more fruity, floral kind of jasmine smell. And it's mixed in with a whole bunch of other things. You have petitgrain, which is essentially like another orange. You have pink pepper, gives it a little bit of a spicy kick. And you also have orange blossom, you have iris. This is a really complex, well-blended fragrance. But it's the bergamot that is the star because of the process of how they distill it and get the oil and the essence. So there you have it, guys. My 3 favorite bergamot fragrances. Try them. Have you tried any of these 3? Let me know. I want to know your thoughts. Of course, always let me know what some of your favorites are, because I listen, I watch, and I learn. And a number of times, ideas I get from videos are based on things that you guys have asked or told me about. So anyways, I'll be back soon with another video. Thank you guys for watching. Peace, love, and perfumes.